Hi, welcome back, beautiful, beloved souls. My name is Gemstone. I'm a psychic medium and I am an author. On this channel, I mainly do commentaries, every now and then a PowerPoint, and you will find I don't fit a particular niche. I look at anything and everything through a lens, hence the name of the channel. And also, because I am a psychic medium, I can remote view and I can channel. And if you're interested in learning, stay to the end because I have PDFs, this video only, that I'm going to offer for free. So when I show you the information, only today and tomorrow, if you email me, I will offer PDFs, which I normally charge a small fee, for free, if you're interested. Okay, let's get into it. Beyond Instinct, a spiritual investigation into Mantis beings and galactic insectoid origins. Introduction. Among all the entities reported within UFO and contactee literature, perhaps none are more unsettling than the Mantis beings. Tall, insect-like, silent, often described as towering over humans with enormous eyes and an overwhelming presence. Unlike the familiar grey alien archetype, Mantis beings seem to trigger something deeper, a primal reaction, a fear that fears older than memory itself. Yet, despite that fear, many experiencers report something surprising. They often describe these beings not as aggressive, but as intensely focused, observant, ancient, sometimes even compassionate. This raises a profound question. What exactly are these entities? Are they extraterrestrials? Interdimensional intelligences? Symbols emerging from the collective unconsciousness? Or could they represent something even stranger? In this video, we're moving beyond instinct and exploring one of the most controversial theories in modern metaphysics. Could the so-called Mantis beings be ancient architects involved in humanity's spiritual evolution? Or are they cosmic overseers whose intentions remain hidden behind an intimidating biological mask? Let's investigate. Chapter 1. The Face of Ancient Fear. When people report encounters with Mantis beings, the emotional response is often immediate. Fear, shock, paralysis, a sense of being observed by something vastly older and more intelligent. But why? After all, most people have never encountered a giant insect, yet somehow the image feels deeply unsettling. Evolutionary psychologists might argue that humans evolved to be cautious around insects, spiders, and other creatures capable of causing harm. Perhaps the mantis form amplifies those instincts, but experiencers often describe something beyond ordinary fear. Many report sensing a powerful intelligence, an awareness so profound that it feels impossible to hide thoughts or emotions. The being doesn't merely look at them, it appears to see through them. This combination of insectoid appearance and overwhelming awareness forms the foundation of this mystery. Chapter 2. The Mantis Archetype. Long before modern UFO reports, humanity associated mantis-like creatures with spirituality. The praying mantis itself possesses unusual symbolism. Its posture resembles a prayer. Stillness, patience, observation. Across numerous cultures, insects have been linked to transformation, cycles, and hidden knowledge. Some traditions view them as messengers between worlds. Others see them as symbols of adaptation and survival. This raises an intriguing possibility. Could modern reports be drawing upon ancient archetypes buried deep within human consciousness? Or are ancient archetypes themselves reflections of encounters with something real? The question remains open. Chapter 3. The Encounter That Changed Everything. My own interest in this subject intensified following an experience in Canberra in 2001. What happened remains deeply personal. I have spoken previously about an alleged abduction experience that occurred near Woden Creek. At the time, we were Baha'is and we were helping with the Baha'i temple, the main temple for all Australia. And we were in the middle of nowhere. Pine forests surrounded us. Before the event, witnesses in the household observed something unusual. My son and 2 dogs reportedly reacted strongly to a blue orb entering the bedroom where the experience later unfolded. The dogs became highly distressed. My son was frightened. What happened afterwards shaped many of the questions I continue asking today. I cannot prove what occurred, nor can I claim certainty regarding its origin. But experiences like this often leave people searching for explanations that conventional frameworks struggle to provide. And it is from that place of questioning that many investigations begin. Chapter 4. Beyond the grey narrative. Popular culture focuses heavily on grey aliens. However, among many contact accounts, mantis beings occupy a very different role. Rather than technicians, they often are described as supervisors, observers, coordinators. Individuals frequently report greys performing tasks, while mantis beings appear to oversee the process. Whether these reports represent literal events or symbolic experiences is unknown. Nevertheless, the consistency of the pattern is fascinating. Across different countries, different cultures, different decades, the hierarchy appears repeatedly. The mantis is often portrayed as occupying a position of authority. Chapter 5. Architects of the soul blueprint. One of the most unusual theories proposes that mantis beings function less as biological entities and more as spiritual engineers. According to some contactees, these beings are involved in processes connected to consciousness rather than physical bodies. When I had my encounter, the being said to me, "You humans have it wrong. When you see something beautiful, you think it's inherently good, and when you see something ugly or repulsive, you think it's inherently bad." Also, according to contactees, they are describing as overseeing life reviews, reincarnation cycles, soul agreements, energetic healing. Again, none of these claims can be verified scientifically, but they appear repeatedly within experimental reports. If such entities existed, their role would not necessarily be technological. It would be developmental, focused on consciousness itself. In this framework, humanity is not merely evolving biologically, we are evolving spiritually. And the mantis being acts as facilitators of that process. Chapter 6. Ancestors or overlords. This brings us to one of the most controversial questions. Are these beings guides or manipulators? Supporters of the benevolent interpretation point to reports of healing, personal growth, expanded awareness, and profound spiritual insights. Critics point to experiences involving fear, missing time, perceived loss of control, and unwanted encounters. Both perspectives exist. Both deserve consideration. Perhaps the truth, if there is one, is more complicated than either extreme. Human history teaches us that relationships between different intelligences are rarely simple. A teacher may seem harsh. A guardian may appear frightening. Conversely, something appearing helpful may possess hidden motives. Discernment remains essential. Chapter 7. The Hive Mind Mystery. Another recurring theme involves collective intelligence. Experiences frequently describe mantis consciousness as operating differently from human consciousness. There is less emphasis on individuality, more emphasis on interconnected awareness. Many compare it to a hive. Perhaps hive is too simplistic. Imagine millions and billions of minds connected without losing their unique perspective. A network where information flows instantly between participants. To human beings, such a system might appear almost telepathic. Some researchers speculate that advanced civilizations could eventually evolve towards forms of collective intelligence. Whether the Mantis reports reflect such a possibility remains uncertain. But it is a fascinating idea. Chapter 8. The stillness. One characteristic appears repeatedly in encounter reports. Stillness. The beings are often described as extraordinarily calm, not emotionally cold, not robotic, simply still. Many experiences report feeling as though time itself shows in their presence. The room becomes quiet. Thoughts become amplified. Attention narrows. Some mediums interpret this as evidence of advanced consciousness. Others argue it may be a psychological response to extraordinary circumstances. Either way, the phenomenon is striking. The mantis presence is often remembered not for movement, but for stillness. Take a mantis in the wild. It is still while it waits for its prey. Chapter 9. The quantum question. Recent discussions surrounding consciousness increasingly explore non-local awareness, the possibility that consciousness may not be entirely confined to the brain. These ideas remain controversial within science. However, they have inspired numerous metaphysical interpretations. Some researchers speculate that advanced intelligences might operate through networks extending beyond conventional space and time. In such a model, physical appearance becomes secondary. The being functions more like a node within a much larger field of awareness. This concept aligns surprisingly well with descriptions provided by some mantis experiences. Again, this remains speculative, but it offers an interesting framework through which to interpret the reports. Chapter 10. Moving beyond fear. Perhaps the most important lesson emerging from these accounts concern fear itself. The appearance of the mantis being often provokes immediate discomfort. Yet, many experiences report that once the initial fear subsides, the encounter changes. Curiosity replaces panic. Communication replaces avoidance. Questions replace assumptions. Whether these experiences originate externally or internally, they invite a deeper examination of our own reactions. Why do certain forms frighten us? Why do certain symbols trigger ancient emotions? And what can we learn by confronting those responses rather than running away from them? Chapter 11. Discernment and personal sovereignty. If there is one principle that emerges repeatedly from spiritual traditions around the world, it is sovereignty. No matter what form an encounter takes, maintaining personal agency remains essential. Questions should be asked. Boundaries should be maintained. Discernment should never be abandoned. A meaningful spiritual path does not require blind acceptance. It requires thoughtful investigation. Whether one interprets Mantis beings as external entities, archetypes, spiritual guides, or psychological symbols, the same principle applies. Remain curious. Remain grounded. Remain aware. Chapter 12. The Evolutionary Frontier. Perhaps the greatest mystery surrounding Mantis beings is not what they are, it is what they represent. They stand at the intersection of biology and spirituality, fear and wisdom, individuality and collective intelligence, ancient instinct and future possibility. Maybe they are extraterrestrials. Maybe they are manifestations of consciousness. Maybe they are symbolic reflections emerging from the deepest layers of the human psyche. Or perhaps they are something entirely different, something we have not yet learned how to understand. Conclusion. The Mantis mystery remains one of the most intriguing and polarizing subjects within modern metaphysical exploration. For some, these beings are cosmic teachers. For others, they are enigmatic observers. For still others, they are symbols helping us to confront our deepest fears. My own experiences have left me with questions rather than answers, and perhaps that is where genuine exploration begins. Not with certainty, but with curiosity. As we move beyond instinct and examine the unknown with both courage and discernment, we may discover that the greatest mystery is not whether these beings exist. The greatest mystery may be what their appearance reveals about ourselves. And perhaps somewhere within that question lies the next stage of our journey into the unknown. Have you ever had an encounter with a Mantis being? If you are going to drop a comment, please do so respectfully. If only the world was more respectful, more tolerant, less prejudiced, less judgmental. What a better world. As I show you this, I ask that you smile at a stranger. You might save someone's life. Be kind to each other. And like I said, for today and tomorrow only. So that's until Friday. I won't be on tomorrow, but if you do want a copy of how to remote view or how to channel or both, for today and tomorrow only, I am offering it for free. There's my email address, and I welcome emails just saying hello. I'll get back to you within 48 hours. If you do want copies of remote viewing and channeling, please, if you send me an email today or tomorrow, give me 48 hours to respond. After Friday, it goes back up to its price. All right, Please take care of yourselves because you matter. You matter to me and you're special. You are loved. All right. Thank you again for watching. Love, light, and blessings. Have a good day, and I'll see you Saturday. Bye. Oh, before I go, let me know if you like me to continue commentaries or PowerPoints, okay? That's important. Bye.